We will have a Pledge of Allegiance by Cooper Shepard. Cooper, if you'll come forward after the, not right now, but after the prayer, and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll do that. So everybody please stand. Thank you.
Mayor, members of council, everyone here, I thank you for this opportunity to represent my faith community and to present a prayer on behalf of them for you all. Let us all take a deep breath and be fully present in this space and in this time. Gracious God, I ask your blessing on all who are gathered here. Let all remember we have more in common than we have in difference, that we are all connected through the divine to each other as a humanity and as a community. May all that happens here be done with wisdom and goodwill and for the common good, that this will be the community you want it to be, the community we all want it to be. I ask for grace for this evening, grace for all who would speak, and that all who would listen would have ears to hear. All these things I pray with goodwill, with good sense, and with love for all. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Cooper?
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor and Cooper, for getting this meeting started correctly. Item 1 is to consider and take action on the appointment of Scott Butler as the city manager effective June 1st, 2025. I'm just going to lead out. I feel really strongly about, and I've said this before, Scott's experience, his depth of knowledge of our operations. He's well prepared for this role. His strong relationships with employees to ensure a smooth transition for our department. His work ethic, problem solving, and skills and leadership helps us maintain a high standard within our community. More importantly, promoting our strengths from within and helping us to move our foundation, make it stronger, and Scott's vision will guide us into the future. With that, I'd like to ask council, is there anything else you'd like to say in regards to Mr. Butler's appointment? Here's your chance. Ms. Pillsbury.
I feel like we've all kind of been able to express publicly, but I want to publicly express my support for Mr. Butler. I think our city is on an incredible trajectory right now, and we have a lot of gratitude to Mr. Brady for what he's done for the last 19 years. And we're in the best financial position we've been in, and we definitely have challenges ahead of us and things we need to work on, but we really are in such a good position, and I'm grateful to be part of the city at this time when so much incredible work is being done. And I love what you said, Mayor, last week, that you've never heard anyone say anything bad about Mr. Butler, and we kind of joked and laughed about it, but it's true. I have never heard anyone say anything negative or bad about him, and it doesn't mean he's perfect. We know he's not perfect, but he really has tried hard to work with all of the different players and all the different decisions, and these are complex issues and that we have to deal with, and so I really appreciate his ability to work with competing voices and trying to figure out how we can all come to a better place and better solutions. So thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. Vice Mayor?
Chris, thank you for your service to this community, longstanding, but also for setting us up for what's probably one of the easiest decisions that we've made in a very long time. Scott, I've known you a very long time. When you were just a wee little intergovernmental relations, just a baby intergovernmental relations person, and to see how you've developed and what you have done to build Mesa and be a partner, the more responsibility you've taken on, successfully so, your ability to talk to different groups with different opinions and have all of these groups, and I've had a lot of phone calls, all of them in support of you becoming the next city manager. And that's hard to do. That's really hard to do. So congratulations. Sorry that we're going to do this to you, but I think that's where we're going to head. We're going to find out in a minute. But I look forward to working with you and to building a better Mesa. So thanks again.
Thank you. Any more comments from the council? If not, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Scott Butler as the next city manager effective June 1st, 2025. Okay, we have a motion from Francisco Heredia and a second by Vice Mayor Summers. Please vote. All right, thank you. It's in the affirmative, so let's go. So, Mr. Butler, as tradition has it, will you please come up and say a few words? We only do this every 19 and a half years.
Once a generation, Mayor. I appreciate that. And thank you, first of all, to the council. Again, as I expressed on Thursday morning during our discussion, I really appreciate the faith and the trust that all 7 of you have placed in me to try to fill the very large shoes of Mr. Brady. And so we've got a great team here at the city, and I know as there's been articles about this transition and others, I'm glad it's focused on that, right? It's the continuity of the good that we're doing at the city. And as Councilmember Spilsbury said, we certainly have challenges, every city does, and there's certainly uncertainty about many facets of government, but the stability and the continuity that we have here at the city, I think is really an envy for many of our colleagues around the valley and frankly throughout the country. So thank you for that. Also, again, just as the Vice Mayor just did, I have to thank and recognize Chris Brady for his outstanding leadership, but also his commitment to allowing opportunities for investment throughout the organization and for preparing a great bench of talent throughout the city. I'm not the only one that could be standing before you today, and that's a testament to the fact that he believes so much on promoting from within and elevating leadership. And so that is a value and a virtue that I certainly hope to continue and replicate, because Chris has made that a hallmark of his 19 years at the city. So thank you, Chris, for everything that you've done. I also just, want to thank a lot of my friends and colleagues who, I don't know why they're here instead of going home right now, but it means a lot that you turned out tonight, and former council members and others who took time out of their busy day to come by tonight. And I'm so appreciative. I know probably in June I'll have a few more opportunities to say a few words, so I'll keep it short tonight. But I especially want to thank my wife for joining me tonight. She literally rushed off a plane. Didn't think she was going to be here, so I'm glad DPS is underfunded right now, so that she could make it in time. But I appreciate her because it certainly takes a village at home too. Councilmember Heredia and I joke about this all the time, between getting kids to soccer practice and volleyball practice and doing the work that we do in the mornings and the evenings, and I really do enjoy talking to you all late at night. She can attest to that. I never roll my eyes when I get a text or a phone call in the evenings, I promise. But no, I couldn't do it without her support and just making life function for my family. I really appreciate that. So thank you all. Again, I know building upon the legacy that Mr. Brady has set, we're all going to do great things together to further Mesa and continue to deliver that great service to our residents. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. Appreciate that. Item 2.
sorry, can I just say one thing? Or is our time up?
Absolutely not.
I just also wanted to echo, I should have said it earlier, a big thank you to Chris Brady as well. You've spent a lot of your life, your career life, I guess, serving this city and serving it well, and we really appreciate it.
Great, thank you. Anything else, council? If not, we'll move forward with item 2, the consent agenda. Mr. Christopher, you'll come up and read that, please.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. These are the items on the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk will be considered as a group by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion unless a council member or citizen requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item. Item 3, approval of minutes of previous meetings is written. Item 4A, act on liquor license application for Mercado Mi Pueblo, 103 West 8th Avenue. Item 4B, act on liquor license application for Diamond Don's, 42 South McDonald. Item 4C, act on liquor license application for Sadek Bistro, 5221 South Power Road. Item 5A, approving resolution to enter into an agreement with Dr. Ralph and Marilyn Wilson to accept a monetary contribution to the Idea Museum with the benefit of naming rights to the art studio. Item 5B, approving resolution to enter into an agreement with the Gila River Indian Community to accept a monetary contribution to the Idea Museum with the benefit of naming rights to the Imagination Gallery. Item 5C, approving resolution to extinguish a 1-foot controlled vehicular access easement and 3 drainage easements at 7035 East Pecos Road for property development. Item 6A, introduction of ordinance for annexation case 25-89 for annexation of approximately 3.3 acres of county right-of-way along South 222nd Street from East Pecos Road extending north approximately 2,200 feet into the city, which transfers this right-of-way to the city. Item 7A, act on subdivision plat for Burden West at Pioneer Crossing for property located at the southwest corner of East Thomas Road and North Val Vista Drive. Mayor and council members, these are the items on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. Ms. Mosley, are the blue cards on any agenda item?
No request for this, Mayor.
Okay. All right, I'll take a motion. Okay, the motion is Vice Mayor Summer, second by Ms. Spilsbury. All in this vote? Okay, it's unanimous on that. Thank you. Next is item 8A, to conduct a public hearing prior to the release of a petition for signatures for the proposed annexation case 24-01031, located at the northwest corner of East Elliott Road and South Haas Road. I declare the public hearing open. Ms. Mosley, do you have any requests to speak from the public?
I have not received any requests, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Do any council members want to address this item? All right, seeing none, I declare the public hearing closed. This hearing was to release the petition for signatures. There's no other action on this item. This item will come back to council in the future for consideration on the annexation. With that, item 9 is items from citizens present. We allow 3 speakers, 3 minutes to speak because of the topics the speakers raise that are not on the agenda. State law generally prevents council from responding to the speaker. For those watching on Channel 11, you should know that many times at the conclusion of the meeting, a council member or staff member will follow up to the speaker and get more information and look into the matter further. Our first speaker tonight is Mary Mabino. Did I say that right? Mary, you're here. Will you please come forward, state your name and address, and appreciate you taking your 3 minutes with us. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mary Mabino. Address is 6019 East Hobart Street in Mesa. I'm a PC in District 5. I believe in common sense, equality, which seems to be somewhat lacking these days. My topics tonight are the 30/30 Plan and the Non-Discrimination Ordinance, both of which are on your website. The 30/30 Plan aims to increase women on the police force by 30% by the year 2030. Do you think I really care, or do you think most people care about a 30% stat? I'm a woman, and I don't care if the stat is 30% or 3%. What makes sense is if police have gotten on the force through merit based on who qualified the highest on various tests and skills, whether you're a man or a woman. It does not make sense to either lower standards so a woman could be hired or to pass over a man more qualified. If I need a cop, I want one that was meritoriously selected, and if warranted, I want them to be pretty badass and able to save a life, maybe mine. The website speaks of gender equity and demographic diversity. Could we please just focus on merit-based qualifications for a job, no matter what the race or sex is? We the people are tired of all this woke agenda nonsense and would just like to get back to common sense. Bottom line, equity is inequality and is discriminatory because it puts one group of people above another based on sex or race. Now, your non-discrimination ordinance says it protects against discrimination based on sex orientation, gender, and gender identity, which puts it on the same par and footing and alongside the traditional areas of race, sex, ethnicity, etc. This ordinance applies to places of public accommodation, which is not wise, especially as it can relate to women and girls' bathrooms and locker rooms. This absurd wokeness is being taken to a dangerous level. Biological women are not comfortable with a biological male presence in their bathrooms and locker rooms. These places should be for biological women only. Trans women are men, and trans men are women, no matter what kind of mutilating surgeries or hormones they receive. Putting transgender rights above biological women's rights is immoral and it's wrong. Queen Creek has done away with DEI. Scottsdale has stopped DEI and its funding 2 weeks ago. President Trump has eliminated all DEI from the federal government. The wording in this ordinance needs to change. My gosh, people, please use your common sense on these topics of concern to a lot of us here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Well, that's all the items we have for this meeting. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Ms. Goforth, Vice Mayor, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.